All right. Welcome to the On Deck Show, episode number 4 on January 23rd, 2017, a show where we talk about what has happened around the GEG Washington community, education, and technology. You can join us live on YouTube or after the show in iTunes or Google Music. Tell us what you think of the show, and as always, use the hashtag GEG WA, GEG WA. So that's it. I'm joined today with Justin and Karen, like always. Happy New Year to both of you. Justin, what's new in your neighborhood, my friend?
Well, busy day yesterday, of course. It was, not yesterday, Saturday, this weekend, my family and me went out with about 100,000 of our closest friends in Seattle for the Women's March. So that was fun. It was my kids' first real experience with that sort of thing. So that was a fun family event for us.
Very cool. Latest numbers I saw were like 175,000. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Yeah, really crazy. Karen, was there something in Ellensburg?
Yes, there actually was. I saw a Facebook photo of about 30 people in front of the post office.
Awesome. We are lucky enough today to have a guest with us. She is a GEG Washington community member, and her name is Karen Foley. Karen, tell us a little bit about your role, what district you work for, what you do for that district, and then we'll just have a little interview as this Meet the Community Member, kind of a new segment we like to do this new year.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm so glad to join in. So I am Karen Foley, and I teach kindergarten over in Ellensburg, right in the center of the state.
Yep.
I've been with the district since 2008, teaching kindergarten, second, and title. So I did some bits of that, but I'm back to kindergarten, which I love. I love the kids. They wear me out, but they're so much fun. I do some trainings for the school district on Twitter and Seesaw because I'm an ambassador for them.
Oh, neat.
And, so I enjoy that, and that's about me in a nutshell.
Very cool. So you work with, is it Jeff that is the kind of an ed tech coordinator there in Ellensburg?
Yes.
What is his last name? I forget.
Cochran.
Jeff Cochran. Yeah, I saw him speak, I guess it was last year at NCCE in Seattle on the redesign of your Ellensburg School District website.
That's right.
But I'm interested in your experience integrating Google tools in the primary classroom. Tell me about some of the things that you've been able to do.
Well, I've got to say, you guys were the first ones that introduced me at the NCCE conference last in Portland. So when I met up with you guys and got into the group, and I was like, wow, this is a lot to take in and a lot of information out there. And it was such a godsend to get some people to talk with and learn from. And so I brought that technology back to the classroom along with Jeff Cochran. Alongside came in and we got on board with all Chromebooks for our district. And so we've been pushing those into the classroom and letting the kids get on there and use the different apps and for learning, even at our level.
What's your ratio in kindergarten for Chromebooks?
In kindergarten, we are 2 to 1.
Nice. And do you have what Chromebooks are you using? Do you have the new Flip that are like flip all the way around?
No, we almost went with those, but we have just I don't know the exact one, but I have it right behind me. You want to see it?
Yeah,
I know, because there's a lot of school districts I know that, especially for like kindergarten, first, second grade, are starting to look at those. The new ones that flip all the way 360 and turn into a tablet. They're like $50 more, and so a lot of districts like for $50 to have the little ones, touch. Be kind of cool.
Yeah, ours is touch screen, but when Jeff, I'm on the technology committee, and we talked about, I really liked that one with the flip camera and said, oh, this would be great for the kids. They could even do Seesaw, go up and interview each other.
Yeah.
I really like that idea. And he was really worried about it possibly breaking, that the cameras were a little more fragile.
Sure.
So we didn't want to go with that route, at least with the younger ones.
So how have the kindergartners taken to the Chromebooks?
They really enjoy it. It's pretty much second nature already for them because they have some kind of device at home. So they come in here just excited to put it to use in here. And what they usually say is, I have one of these at home. They're not quite sure what it is. Or we have iPads and Kindles too. So they'll be saying, oh, I've got the iPad here. No sense, but they know exactly what it's used for.
Now, are you guys like on a cart system? Do you share a cart between different kindergarten classrooms, or?
Yeah, we have a cart that we can check out, and it's actually for the K too, so that's the bottom. And then it also has little caddies on it that have the smaller versions that we can take out, because of we are actually out in the portables, and there's actually no access unless we take it downstairs. So we carry it out, and we have all wireless out here now, so we can just bring them out here and sign them up to the district Wi-Fi and then log on.
What would you say is like your #1 app right now for kindergarten kids? You find that they're engaged with and that you're using a lot, or?
I really like the well, they really like the Telegami.
Okay.
The Telegami app, where they just are enamored by having some avatar that's speaking for them and that they're talking to. Yeah. And they really enjoy. So we'll do like our Arctic presentations, research reports, and they're like, it's a girl, and look, she's talking, and she's teaching or whatever she's doing, and so it really gives them some ideas that they can do things outside of the norm, and that they can show.
Is Telegami iOS only, or does it work on the web and the Chromebooks as well?
I thought it was on both.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Are you guys using it on your iPads or?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
You say you're a Twitter and Seesaw person. What are you using Twitter with kids?
Oh yeah, we have Miss Foley's Friends is our Twitter site.
Sweet.
For the kiddos, and so at about this time of the year, January, is when I start adding somebody on to be the class person that'll do the Twitter tweets, and then also a kiddo that'll do our Seesaw. So up until now, I will post things for them and also post on the Seesaw. But then they get excited about this time is when they realize how to do it, and they get used to holding it still so that everything's not blurry. Because we have a lot of blurry pictures. And then they get to walk around the room and report on everybody's learning, which they really enjoy.
What do you see as the benefit of using Twitter with kindergarten kids?
It gives them an authentic audience, is what I really like.
Yeah.
And the parents are really on board with it. That in the Seesaw, the parents are constantly saying to me, wow, I feel like I know what's going on in the classroom. I see the great learning happening. I don't feel disconnected because my kiddo says, oh, I don't know what I learned today.
Did you have to get parent permission to start a Twitter account? Or do you have parents sign anything, or do you let them know? Or
I let them know at the beginning of the year, because we also have an Instagram account, and we have the Twitter account. And so I let them know, but ours is an opt-out district. So we're clear to go.
And so are you posting pictures? Sorry, I haven't looked at your Twitter account. I will now, but are you posting pictures on there of student work, of students themselves? One of the biggest pushbacks I get from districts when I'm doing this is that we can't do this. We can't put pictures of kids out there. We can't put their name out there. Heaven forbid we show them doing amazing work in the classroom.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, how do you get around that? Like, everybody is so scared. And what I have found, like what you're saying, is at the end of the day, there's a ton of fear, and then nothing happens.
Exactly. And I got to tell you, it's just heartwarming, and the parents are so excited. I'm excited to share their work. And so when I put it out there, I told a parent today that stopped by at the end of the day, it's not just me getting to see all this great stuff anymore. You get to see it too.
Yeah.
His kid was actually taking over class today for me, just kind of an impromptu student teacher. And at one point he turned towards me and I decided, oh, I'm going to record this, man. This is going to be great. And so I started recording, and he was like, I feel like nobody's listening to me. And I was like, yeah, buddy, I feel that way all the
time. Welcome to my world, buddy.
Yeah. And the parents said, oh, that was so fantastic. He was just amazed at what technology can do for us now. So we're not afraid of it at all.
Yeah.
I keep their names off of it, but their bright smiling faces are there showing exactly what they made at our Makerspace card or whatever we're doing, and science and all of that. So we're not afraid at all, definitely.
Yeah. And then for Seesaw, are you using that mostly as a communication between you and the parents?
Yes. So it stays within the parents.
That's private?
It's private. And if I want to, though, like today, the little kid, it was so heartwarming that I shared it to the whole group. So you can share it to everyone, or you can share it to the particular kid's parent.
Yeah,
and so I post things. So it's kind of like a running Facebook almost, but just in that close context.
Very cool. And does it cost anything, Seesaw?
No, it's actually free. It's all free for teachers forever. And then they have a premium where they can add in assessments and things like that for districts. And that part is, if they want to do that, then that's where the price comes in.
Very cool.
Well, Karen, thank you so much for being willing to take time out of your busy day teaching those little kindergartners that drain the energy out of you. But also, I'm sure they give you energy as well.
They do.
So you are at Kinder K Foley yourself on Twitter, right?
Yes.
Kinder, then the letter K, then your last name Foley, Foley, and then your class is at Foley's Friends. Is that right?
Miss Foley's Friends. So at MS FOLEYS Friends, FRIENDS. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll be sure to check out those two handles, and then of course we hope to see you down in Portland at NCCE. Did you end up making a hotel reservation?
You know, I'm on the wait list. There's 40 people on the wait list.
Wow.
Latest info. I was talking to the guy today, and he's like, "I can't believe it. There's so many of you guys that need a hotel." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I know." And so he said, "I'll call you back in a couple of days. We should have another hotel for you." And I'm like, "Please, we need some place to stay."
Well, hopefully it works out, and we'll be able to see you there at maybe a GEG Washington meetup.
I hope so. Get it in the works.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. You feel free to hang around if you want to. We're just going to talk about some other things.
Great.
You don't have to run off you on. We were going to talk about the Google Classroom updates. So there's been some updates been pushed out this January. I think the thing that I've seen teachers go through is that you can differentiate assignments. Everybody's so excited.
So what does that mean exactly, Jeff?
I have no idea, but everybody's really excited you can do it.
Well, so what it means in other LMSs is that you can individually assign things, or you can create subgroups, and that's probably what's happening in Google Classroom. Is I would imagine you can create a subgroup of your class and then assign things to that subgroup without having to assign it to the entire class.
So yeah, the thing that I've seen is it's just now when you go to create an assignment, there's another little drop down at the top of the assignment or an announcement or whatever, and when you click on it, it has a list of all of the students in the class.
Okay.
Now what it doesn't do yet is allow you to create that subgroup that you could use over and over again. And so hopefully I know that's a lot of feedback that teachers have been giving already is like, that's great, but I wish I could make a group that was, this is the red group. Yeah. And so then I just share to the red group or the green group or the blue group or whatever, and you know that those are those kids. So
that right now you have more efficient. Yeah,
right now you have to go in and uncheck, each individual kid or check each individual kid depending on what you want. So that's big. I mean, for elementary teachers, that's been the big thing is the idea of individual assignments. For middle school, high school, a lot of the feedback's been around the new teacher notifications. Teachers now get notified when kids turn in a late assignment, or if they resubmitted an assignment before, you never knew as a teacher when that happened, and now you get notifications. The problem that we're seeing is it's an all or nothing notification world. So either you have notifications on and you get a notification every single time a kid does something. Now it's like, whether they submit an assignment, whether they resubmit an assignment, whatever a kid does, you end up filling up your inbox. Or there's just one little under the settings, there's one little notification button, and when you turn that off, you get nothing. So some teachers, some teachers want I know I get the kids an assignment. I don't want an email every single time, that they have an assignment. I just want to know when there's relate, when they resubmit an assignment or when it's a late assignment, and there's no way to toggle between those yet. So hopefully that's coming soon in an update for sure. Because
is there something new for parents as well in terms of?
Yeah, that came out earlier this year. Parents can now log in and create a parent account, and a lot of teachers have appreciated that. Of course, like everything, it's a double-edged sword. Being being educators, it's great that parents have access, and then sometimes it's not great that parents have access because then parents are calling you and wanting to know what before the kid even sees an assignment. The parents got an email. There's a new assignment before you've even done anything in class. And freak some parents out sometimes. So anyway, but
what's this teaching empathy to unite a divided world, Jeff?
Yeah, so my company, Aduro Learning, we just released a new online course. It has 3 modules. We're really excited about it, and what it has to do with is this idea that is really big right now in education around empathy on the internet and specifically fake news. And so it's just 3 modules. Each module is made to take you just roughly about an hour or so to go through. There's readings there. There's video interviews with other teachers on what they're doing, lesson plans, resources, just things to get people started if that is something you want to look into. Right now, we just launched it, so we don't have approval through Heritage to get clock hours for it, but hopefully that's on the way. But there'll definitely be a link in the show notes. You can go and check out the intro videos and see some more. But we're really excited about it. Some pretty cool stuff.
What platform are you using for your online courses?
We're using WordPress, and so we've done a customized WordPress install that allows us, and where we like to focus is all of our courses are around creating community. So it's more about having a conversation, reflecting on your practice than it is like, turning in papers and stuff. So it's just about having a conversation and how can we support you as you're trying to do some of this stuff. So that's kind of cool.
So that'll be at Eduro. Awesome. How do you say it? Is it Eduro or Eduro?
Eduro.
EduroLearning.com.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So we got some other courses there, but that's a new one that's pretty cool that we were excited about.
Is that free as well?
That one, I think that one costs $120 right now. Yeah, so we have some free ones. We have some that are 1 hour courses that you can get 1 clock hour for, and then others that are 50 clock hours that cost a little bit more.
Great.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on there. That's pretty cool. What's this Google Form Sheet add-ons?
Well, I kind of like the idea of sharing various things that have been successful. That either Karen has done or you have done, Jeff, or things that I've been able to do as well. And so one what I call EduWin, it's a hashtag on Twitter for sharing positive things that are going on in education. And so we just recently had our freshman registration night, where all the 8th grade parents come and hear from the counselors about what it takes to sign up for classes and get your Skyward login and various things such as that. And so one of the things that I've been able to do is to help our counseling team develop a system for parent sign up. So they offer 3 different sessions. And in the past, they've used a system that made it hard to sort of cut off the sign-ups at a certain point, a certain registration point. And so using a combination of Google Forms and Google Sheets along with add-ons, I've been able to make it so that the form turns off at a certain date, and then the student names will go away as the parents come on and register via their kid's name. That name comes off the list, and I'm no coder, but I'm able to make use of these tools, and it's been really a nice thing for the counselors. They've really been happy with the system that I've been able to devise well, not quite all for free. I do pay premium for this one particular add-on. I can't remember the name off the top of my head now. I'd have to go into the form.
Yeah. But how much time does it take to put that together? That's the thing, is how much time it takes to put that whole ecosystem together, right?
It takes a little bit of time, but honestly, I mean, you gain time on the back end, right?
Right.
The more time you invest in a system that can automatically do things for you, sure, the first time you do it, it takes longer, but then the next time you use it, you realize, oh, look how easy this is. I mean, even to the point of when the people submit the form, they then get an email with a PDF attached that confirms what they signed up with, right?
Yeah.
It's just really slick and mostly for free, except for what I paid for that premium add.
Yeah, it is amazing what you can do with those things.
And I got to say, when I did a GHO with Justin a while back on how to stop sending paper to my parents to try and get them to sign up for parties, we went with the Google form instead. And oh my gosh, we ended up with the sheet, Google Sheets. But it turned out to be such a lifesaver because we had countless things we needed for Christmas. And instead of having everybody sign up for just candy canes, they could see exactly what they were going to fill out, what they were going to pick. Everything was done ahead of time. We didn't need anything. We were all set and we knew what was coming in, and it was just fantastic. And that first time I was kind of a little worried, like, oh my gosh, I don't know. This is going to work, what it's going to do. It's that front end loading, but now I can't think of a different way to do it. Can't beat it.
Yeah, and I love it. When I'm consulting with schools, a lot of times we start talking about Google Forms and the power of Google Forms, or whether it's formative assessment or, being able, you install the Flubaroo script and then they'll auto grade themselves and send kids emails, or a system like you're setting up, Justin. All of a sudden, I watch schools they get into form overload, and administrators are sending forms to gather information on anything because the data's all in the back. And all of a sudden teachers come back, they're like, I'm so sick and tired of forms. I watch schools go through this. Once you understand the power of forms, just use them for everything, and then you have to
Yeah.
realize, okay, what is the appropriate use for Google
Sure,
Forms?
sure.
But part of that's the learning curve. You know, people are just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it does all this. You know.
You're absolutely right.
I put together a similar system, Justin, at my last school in Bangkok. Teachers were trying to figure out a way to, if kids didn't finish work, they had to go to after school work study.
Mm-hmm.
And so the teachers wanted a quick way that they could just input a kid's name, do a little like, the kid needs to finish homework or didn't bring their assignment in or whatever it was. So it's just like a click button thing and click submit. And in the background, we had all these add-ons running that basically would grab that kid out of a list. It would grab their counselor's email, their parent emails. It would email everybody, including the teacher that was looking for after-school work study that night.
Mm-hmm.
Like the teacher filled out 3 things, and behind the scenes, the form is just like sending information to everybody that needed it, creating the list. Like it's incredible what you can do with those things.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I think that's all we have on tap for today, Jeff.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I love these, short, quick, good stuff. So
when is our next
awesome.
one?
I think our next one is February. I forgot to put it in the show notes. It's February.
Probably the first week.
13th. February
13th.
13th is our next show. So hopefully we'll see everybody back, and our goal is to do this once a month. So thank you, Karen,
That's
for joining
awesome.
us.
You're welcome.
Really
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
it. Yeah.
So if anybody's listening, please contact me. I'd love to interview new folks on this show. So I'm looking forward to somebody new to meet in February.
And Karen, you're always welcome back to join us as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
We'd
it.
love to have people on site. So, all right, well, that will do it for this On Deck podcast. We'll be back February 13th, 2017, where you can listen to us live on YouTube or later on your favorite channel. You can download us on iTunes or any of your favorite podcast players by searching for GEG Washington. Big thank you to Justin and Karen today, and we'll see you next month. Bye, everyone.
You're welcome.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.